friends, how's it going? This is David Potts with Song Notes, and I have a warm-up exercise for you today. And this one's gonna be based on the Dire Straits song, Sultans of Swing. So this is gonna take just that most recognizable sequence you hear in the chorus of the song. I'm gonna show you how to play it, and I'm gonna show you a sort of simplified, tightened up version that's only using 3 strings on your guitar, right? The 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string. That'll work for every chord in this sequence. And it's actually a nice way to sort of simplify this riff and give you a nice constrained box to play in, which I think makes it a nice warm-up exercise, and it makes it learning it nice and satisfying. There's also some cool bar chord benefits that will come from this little riff, where it's going to sort of develop your bar chord strength. And I'll also show you how to take these chords that are in this sequence and use those in some other songs that you might already know. So it's a great warm-up exercise, and as always, if you want to find the printable version of this lesson, you can head on over to my website, get access to a handcrafted printable version of this. It's very helpful for you to have outside of this video. You can keep it with yourself forever, and then it'll also help support me in this project. But with that said, let's get to this lesson and have some fun, all right? Now, before we dive into the tab, let me just set the groundwork by saying that this song is in the key of D minor. So for context, the chords that we're playing are going to be based on a D minor right here, right? A C, we're going to play this bar chord shaped C, a B flat, and then we're going to go to this, basically F to C, and then F to C, okay? Now, I'm not going to teach you all those bar chord shapes I just did, but I wanted to explain that progression, because even though, I just gave you the 5 or 6 string version of those chords, what we're going to be playing is the 3 string, version of those on the B string, G string, and D string. I just want you to understand, which chords you're sort of working within, okay? So this first one, let's start right off. You see here that the 3 notes I'm playing are on the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd string. I'm playing 7th fret, 7th fret, 6th fret, okay? This is basically think of this as an A minor shape. So if you were up here on an A minor, okay, and you just slid that up so that your middle and ring fingers are on the 7th fret, and then your index fingers on the 6th fret, okay? So, and we're just playing the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string. Okay, 7th, 7th, 6th on those strings. And you could play it in using those fingers, or you could play it like this, using your leaving your index finger free. And the reason that's worth considering as you practice this is because that sets you up for the D minor bar chord shape, right? And if you're learning your bar chords, this is actually a great exercise, is get these fingers used to going to this position so that you can separately practice your barring with your index finger, and then you just combine them. And voila, you have a D minor. But enough of the bar chord talk. Let's just get to those 3 chords. So that's your D minor chord. Next, we're gonna go to a C chord, okay? And we're only gonna play these 3 notes, right? 5th fret, 5th fret, 5th fret on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string. So again, we're barring this with our index finger. This is actually a great bar chord exercise if you're trying to develop your bar chord strength so you can one day, play a 6-string bar chord. This is actually a great exercise. So 5th, 5th, 5th on the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd string. And then the next chord will be 2 frets up the neck to a, or down the neck to a B flat. So this is going to be 3rd fret, 3rd fret, 3rd fret. The 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string. And again, this is a great bar chord exercise. Push it down when you're about to strum it or pluck it, and then let it go and give your fingers a break. Because when you are pushing it down, it is, exerting your muscles in your arm, right? So basically, again, those first 3 chords, the D minor, the C, and the B flat, okay? So get used to going up and down the neck, right? And go as slow as you need to, right? So those are the first ones. Now let's look at this middle cluster here. So what this is an F to a C, and again, this would be the full 5-chord crazy bar chord F that I'm not really going to talk about right now. Now, what you could do is bar the 5th fret like you did for the C, and then put your ring finger down and then your middle finger down. So your ring finger on the 7th fret, 5th fret is being barred up here, and then your middle finger on the 2nd string on the 6th fret. So 7, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6. Okay, this is an F, so F to C. That's our middle cluster of chords there, right? From an F to a C. You already know the C from that first sequence, and this is why you want to get your index finger here for that F is you want to be barring it already, so that when you let go of these two fingers, your hands are already in that C shape. Okay, so that's from F to C, F to C. Okay. Now, if the F is giving you a hard time, what you can do is just repeat the D minor. And then you're going to go from the D minor to the C, D minor to the C. Okay? It's just like the first two chords of the first sequence there. So let's look at the first sequence again, just to recap so far. Okay? And then back up to that F if you can do it, and then to the C. Okay? So that's the first sequence and the second sequence. Now the third sequence. What we're going to do here is we're going to bar the second, third, and fourth string on the 10th fret with our ring finger. So 10, 10, 10. And again, this is tough to do, but it's great bar chord training, because basically this is going to train you to do this bar chord shape, which is a very common shape, right? So this is going to be an F, and then we're going to go down to a 10, 9, 8. No bars here, it's just all fingertips. 10 fret, 9th fret, 8th fret on the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd string. So this is technically coming from the C major bar chord, okay? And then the F, the first chord in this last sequence, is coming from an F major bar chord, 8, 10, 10, 10. Okay, so now you know basically there's the three clusters of chords. The first one is D minor to C to B flat, okay? Second cluster is from F to C. And the third cluster is from F to C, okay? Notice how the second and the third clusters sound similar, because they're both going from F to C. Okay, it's just different chord shapes for each of those, for each of the Fs and each of the Cs. Okay, so basically that's what we have for the chords you'll need. Now the thing I'll say is how this is going to work in the Dire Straits, the transition of after the chorus or whatever, is you have do that and then repeat it, right? Whole thing, repeat the whole thing. But when you repeat it, the second time you're playing it, the third chord sequence, the F and the C, is going to be replaced by this little run. Okay? That's a slide up to the 7th fret with your ring finger on the 5th string, and then 5th to 7th fret on the 4th string, and then 5th fret on the 3rd string. So again, 7, 5, 7, 5. And that's frets, right, on the 5th, 4th, and 3rd string. Okay, so let me play the entire sequence twice. The first time I'll play it through each of the three sequences, and the second time I play it, I'm going to do that second ending, as we call it, which is that little run. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. All right, so that's the whole riff. You could just repeat that, and then you basically have that Dire Straits recognizable sequence. Now, let me talk about some ways you can sort of mix this up and really extend this warm-up exercise to be more than just that sequence, right? First of all, I'll say you could take this sort of D minor and the C and the B flat and the C, and you could just do the 3-string version. You know what song uses this progression? All Along the Watchtower. There must be some kind of way out of here, said the jumper to the thief. So much confusion. Yeah, all right. So whether you do the Dylan version or the Hendrix version, now it's in a different key when they do it, right? And outside in the cold distance, hey, yeah, right? Oh, wildcat did ground, rah, rah, rah. Two riders were approaching, and the wind began to howl. You get the idea, right? It's just a good little tonal thing of, oh, I recognize that song with these 3 chord shapes, I can have some fun. So that's one to do, and you could do that sort of slap strumming thing I was doing there, or do something like, right? You could do a little finger picking exercise here. Have fun with these chord shapes. That's the main point, is these are building blocks, and you can put these building blocks together in any way you want and have some fun. Another one I like here is the Cat Stevens song, The First Cut is the Deepest. So if you go up to this 10, 10, 10, right, the F, the bar chord F, you could go from an F to a C, which are the chords from that last sequence I showed you. And then if you slide the C shape down the neck 2 frets, basically, so you have 8, 7, 6, right? That's a B flat. That's coming off this B flat shape. Okay, so B flat, C, F. All right. It's important to develop that bar chord vision if you can do it, so you see those chords. But check this out. I would have given you all of my heart, but there's someone who's torn it apart. And now she's taking almost all that I've got. But if you want, I'll try to love again. Baby, I'll try to love again, but I know. Alright, so that's an example of what you can do with those 3 chord shapes. But otherwise, you could just have fun, right? And you don't have to match this to any song, but just take those chord shapes and just dance around. So it's up to you to sort of put those together as you want. All right, friends, so that about does it for this lesson. I hope this was helpful for you as a warm-up exercise, and whether you want to play it just like the Dire Straits do, or you want to sort of take the building blocks of this riff and go your own way, that's cool too, right? So if you want to find more of my warm-up exercises, check out my website, playsongnotes.com, and you can also find the tabs for this there as well. And again, supporters of me will get access to that printable lesson, and it's a very, very handy resource you can keep with you forever. And again, you get access to all my other new and recent lessons as well. So thank you very much, friends. But otherwise, I'm going to leave it there. I want you all to pick up your guitar and play. Have a great one, my friends, and I'll see you around. Bye-bye.